The future of Nigeria is not bright, except, I say, go back to what I'm saying, except our political class decided to do the needful, especially opposition. The opposition, all of them, they know who is the most qualified. They know whom they will give tickets. Before 11 o'clock on that day, everybody, we don't conclude the election. They know whom they will give tickets, like this ADC. If ADC gave Obi tickets, their work is done 80%.
All right, let's start with Nnamdi Kanu. Of course, that should be a priority for you. How is Kanu doing in Sokoto? Any updates since he started serving his jail term?
Yes, I've gone to see him on 2 occasions since I came back from holiday. So I went there first week of January. This last week I was with him. Of course, he's there. You know, he's somebody serving a jail term, so you should know what it entails. So that place is not his house. So somebody that is there, you don't have access to radio, you don't have access to television, you don't have access to phone, you don't have access to your normal environment. You know, Sokoto is a different environment altogether. You don't have people to talk to. I mean, people that are in the same level with you, you know. So it's not a funny situation, but as a freedom fighter and somebody that God has been with, so he's coping up.
All right, you were quoted as saying that the recent judgment was not predicated on law, but rather on anger. Can you probably take us through specific area you felt maybe the judge was acting on emotion rather than on law?
If I go deep in law with respect to that judgment, many people will be lost, because majority of people that will be watching us are not lawyers. But I just want to get the ones that everybody can know. One, there's what we call fair hearing. Fair hearing is something that you give, you don't need to beg it from anybody. Your own child, Victor, should not beg fair hearing from you. God gave it to everybody. We Christians, you can see when God saw that Adam and Eve has committed that act, he still gives them fair hearing. Adam, where are you? Are you telling me that God don't know where Adam was? Adam said, I'm naked. Have you eaten that fruit I asked you not to eat? That is fair hearing. After giving fair hearing, he started passing judgment. He passed judgment on Adam, he passed judgment on Eve, he passed judgment on the Satan, the serpent that deceived them. That is God for you. Coming to our own understanding, fair hearing is the key. That's why if you are a judge, there is an iota of bias in any matter that you're handling. You are expected to quit. Do you know that, Mr. Victor, had it been that during that day of that judgment, considering the fact that Nnamdi and the judge had an altercation, the judge should have disqualified himself from proceeding further in that case. For the mere fact that Nnamdi have said, no, show me the law, tell me the reason why I should enter the fence. You said that, he said, no, my Lord, you cannot do it. There was an altercation. So, and Nnamdi was saying that, no, you don't know the law. Now, somebody who said a judge, you don't know the law, even if he's free, would you expect the judge to spare him? That is emotion. That is personal interest. That is personal anger. You don't bring it in the judgment. Ordinarily, the judge should have said, no, I think I will leave this thing for another person to handle. I don't know whether it's a general balance. I said, there are some matters that, please, you people should remove me from this panel. Because if you put me in the panel, if I say what I will say in this panel, imagine that person, that person saying this thing against me, where I did not do anything. In short, I'm recusing myself. I don't know whether you're getting what I'm saying.
Sure.
Because what we are trying to show is that you know that you are already angry with that person, either his conduct or the way he comports himself. So, and every person, you're a human being. Every person is. So that's why I said in my previous interview that the judgment was streamed live. Watch the conduct of that judge. Watch his voice in delivering that judgment. Even there was a time when he was reading that judgment, I don't know whether he forgot that he was reading judgment. He was mimicking Nnamdi Kanu. Do you know what I'm saying? Saying that I'm this, I'm this. We are talking about judgment. We're talking about a judge. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's why I continue to say that judgment was predicated on anger. Remember that I said it. Once a judgment is given, the judgment has been given. You have a right to express your opinion. Everybody has a right to express their opinion. And that is the opinion I'm expressing. That my opinion cannot set aside the judgment. But that is a position. So, you asked me a question about the specific. Somebody said, my Lord, explain to me. I have motions before you. Explain to me the reason why, especially when he was defending himself, why I should enter into the dock. Because that particular play I took, I wouldn't have taken it. I took it in error. You have the motion before you. You should have given him fair hearing. Hear all those motions. Decide on it in one way or the other. You shouldn't have said that, no, I'm going to. You did not explain to him. That one is on that. 2, you foreclose his right of defense. You foreclose his right of defense. Now, when you foreclose his right of defense, after foreclosing his right of defense, you adjourn the matter for judgment. Not only that you foreclose his right of defense, you foreclose his right of final written address, which is against the order you made at the inception of that trial, where you say that if the defendant, while the prosecution is conducting his trial, if you have any objection for admissibility of any evidence, please reserve it and address it during your final written address. Now, when you now foreclose his right of right of defense, because of you felt that he is delaying your distance, you should have adjourned, asked the parties, please, is there any of you that want to file a final written address? Especially when it is their statutory right. Statutory right means both the Administration of Criminal Justice Act and the Constitution gave them that right. Because the Section 36 of the Constitution said anybody charged with criminal trial is entitled to adequate time and facility. So you should have just given him that time to present his final written address. He even filed a motion to that effect. You did not. You foreclosed him and went ahead to deliver that judgment. And we are saying that it is wrong. That judgment was hastily delivered. It was delivered out of anger, which was not supposed to be so. That was the little I can say in that. I don't want to go deep about the admissibility of all those exhibits, whether they are admissible in law, whether they are not admissible in law. The problem there is that you did not follow the due process in delivering that judgment. You should have just adjourned that matter. Okay, you say you want to file a final written address. Okay, how many days do you need? Okay, I'm giving you 2 weeks. File and serve the prosecution. The prosecution, I'm giving you 2 weeks. Adjourn it. Why are you rushing? After all, it's not on bail. As if you said that you want to run. Why are you rushing? As if somebody was somewhere teleguiding you. I don't know whether you get what I'm saying.
Sure.
So that one is on that.
All right, the time to file appeal for Nnamdi is fast running out. Can you give us an update on the appeal?
Yes, you see, we lawyers are no longer representing him in this case. Just like as I told you the other day, I have some other matters that I'm doing. Rather, he is consulting. I hear them say, like every other person. There are some persons that are doing some matters, especially in election petition. I'm not into that matter. But they will say, Maxwell, please research for me on this specific issue. You will research for me on this. You bill them. If they pay you, you research and give to them. They know what they're going to do with it. So he has a lot of consultants, both those he consulted and those that freely offered to assist him. So all those consultants, I'm just acting as one of them and as a rallying point. When they submit, they will give me, because I do go to Sokoto. So most of them have submitted their opinion to him. Then on the issue that has to do with him coming down from Sokoto in Abuja, his appeal is in Abuja and is in Sokoto. The thing is also affecting the trial, because there are some things that he needed to do. Remember that before this final judgment, he has filed some interlocutory appeal at Court of Appeal, even at the Supreme Court. So there are some things that he needed to do. There are some documents that he needed to get on his own. But because of the fairness, we have applied that he should be transferred to Abuja. They did not. The judge adjourned it. I think is on the next week. He applied through motion expert to the court. So the court said that he should go and serve the prosecution, put them on notice, which he has done, and adjourned the matter, I think, on the 27th. So for him to come down, I believe if he comes around Abuja, it will help him to prepare his appeal. And moreover, somebody that is in detention and is in Sokoto, and you know what is happening in Sokoto. America bombing and a lot of things happening there. So the thing is also affecting him mentally. So he's not mentally stable, as in, this is academic work, it's a paperwork. So to organize himself, and to worsen it, the judge made an order saying that he should not have access to any electronic gadget. Someone that is representing himself. You're asking me, why do you say that the judgment was predicated on anger? The prison custodian authorities say that what they normally do is this: when the judge give judgment, I am saying they will convict somebody and sentence him. They normally give them that opportunity for them to choose the particular place they will fix a particular person. Like now, you cannot say you convict a female suspect and you say that you are ordering that he should be detained in Kuje Correctional Center, where you know that there is no facility for women there. You may not know. So that's why when you give judgment, you allow the custodian authorities to choose where they put the person. But this one, he said that he should, in that judgment, that he should be kept in any protective custody within Nigeria. And we heard on that, only for us to hear that he has been transferred to Sokoto. So when we confronted the correctional service, they said that in the remand order, the judge signed, after signing, he mentioned Sokoto, thereby tying them. They cannot go against Sokoto, and the thing is really affecting them. I don't know whether you're getting what I'm saying.
Sure.
So that was what actually happened. So the thing now, the correctional center now said that they cannot allow him access to laptop because as we gather this thing, we just give him.
So look at prepare his brief.
That is another. That's
the laptop.
That's a challenge. No desktop, no laptop, no photocopier, no anything.
No telephone.
Yeah, I don't even. It has been a very big challenge for him. So we have from now to 19th of February. So we are looking for a way to see how we can navigate that. The various these are the various opinions. I think I have about 11 of them here. I'm saying both local and within. They sent to me for me to give him. I have given him the hard copy. But the challenges he's having now is that had it been that he have access to this, they would have sent the soft copy to him. So you now choose. Is his case. His case. He's educated, and he feel that he can handle his matter. So except he changes his mind by asking us to come back and represent him. But that one is his prerogative. Our own is to advise. Personally, I have advised him. I've advised him the reason why we should get lawyers. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yeah. So my own is to advise. Your own is to advise your client. It's now left for your client to take this decision. But I think the challenges he has been having is the way, just like as I told you the other day. The law said for you to take somebody to court, for you to convict somebody, there must be arrest. There must be investigation which has to do with interrogation and the statement of that person. There must be a report by the IPO to the legal department of any security agency. It's for them to now, or to Attorney General, it's for them to now to look at your report and they prefer a charge based on the investigation and the evidence available. But in a situation whereby there was no investigation, there was no interrogation, there was no statement, on what basis did you take somebody to court? And it is expected the lawyer who is acting as a voice of the voiceless, who is acting as solicitor and advocate, his advocate, to advocate for him, to say that this thing is wrong. And even when the lawyer said it, and the judge said no, what are you expected to do as the court pleases, at the detriment of their client? Are you getting what I'm saying? Sure. So the way that is the nature. And our Olu said, your first duty is to the judge first against your client. Your first duty is to the court first, because you are an officer in the temple of justice. So these are the issues.
So in a way, the hands of the lawyers are also tied.
Right. There's nothing, especially.
No matter what you think.
Yeah, I hear what I'm saying. There is nothing you can do. I hear what I'm saying. So if somebody who is not a lawyer, who is in court, say it's like you did not hear what the judge said. Are you what I'm saying? The man said that you are an imbecile, that you are this. So that is just it. So I believe we are still talking to him anyway. We are still talking to him. I believe we still reason with us, especially just like you said, his time is fast approaching. We have 19th of February. That is when his time of appeal will elapse.
Are you looking at the prospect of accelerated hearing at the appeal court, and how soon do you think that can even begin? Though not representing him, but as a consultant.
To be honest with you, and I want to say it with a low voice, I can't predict Nigerian judiciary again. I can't predict listen, because when I'm saying all these things, this year interview, some people will read it, some are going to watch it. Any lawyer who tell you that he can predict something that will come out from our court to this time around, that person is joking. A lot of things are happening. So, but there's nothing one can do about it. So, asking me about whether they will give accelerated hearing or not, that I cannot be able to answer. But I believe when he will file his appeal, a lot of things will not take it off from there.
I know that quite a lot of Nigerians are eager to know the grounds of appeal. And given your position as somebody who is a constitutional lawyer and someone who is also a consultant in a way to him, what do you think are the strongest grounds of appeal on this matter?
Well, the grounds I just like every other person. Like this one is the one I did for him. So everybody has his own. So I have many grounds here. One, the issue of a hearing. That's a fundamental ground. That particular ground, it vitiates whatever thing that you are doing. He should have allowed to file that his final written address. That is my major ground. And I have so many other grounds, which time may not permit me to start reading from one ground. One, you see, the Supreme Court directed, is an order that from the Supreme Court directing the prosecution to amend that particular charge, especially that the one that has to do with count 7, so that it will reflect to the correct law. That particular amendment was not complied with. The prosecution did not amend that. They did not amend that particular count 7 as directed. Remember that Supreme Court gave a lot of admonition. One of the things that this matter should continue in that court, that is Federal High Court 3, presided over by Honorable Justice Binta Nyago. So they complied with all those ones. Then the one they said that you should amend, you refused to amend it. And they never said anything about it, even in their trial, in everything. They never said anything. Prosecution never said anything. Of course, they did not file final written address. The judge, in their judgment, on his own, decided to raise it, address it, and they treat it as a mere irregularity and move ahead. So that was why Nnamdi Kanu said, "My Lord, we are doing their case for them." Then 2, once evidence is being tendered, in the course of judgment, you must evaluate that evidence. You must evaluate that evidence to check and also evaluate the witness that testified. Do you get what I'm saying?
Sure.
Especially where the prosecution, during the course of their trial, was telling you, "My Lord, we have objection to the admissibility of this particular document, but we shall, just like my Lord directed, we shall raise our grounds of objection during our final written address." My Lord said, "Noted, admitted." Now that you did not give him that opportunity to attack all those exhibits, rather you admitted them, and these are the exhibits that you use to convict him and sentence him. I don't know whether you are following.
Sure.
Now the issue of a repealed law. Remember that this particular matter started from Binta Nyago's court. From Binta Nyago's court, it traveled to Court of Appeal, where Court of Appeal discharged and discharged Nnamdi Kanu from all those charges, and ordered that he should not be allowed to be tried in any other court. Federal government, who was in court, upon receiving the judgment, they said, "You are talking trash. We are lawless government. we are not going to obey it. They said it by their conduct. You can say something either by talking, by conduct, by whatever. They said it by their conduct, and they refused to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and kept him for complete 8 to 9 days. I don't know whether you're getting what I'm saying. Then, and applied for stay of execution in a criminal matter. The first in history since the history of Nigerian jurisprudence. The first where you stay for execution after somebody has been discharged by a court of appeal. You file it. Instead of the court of appeal, the panel that they did not send the file to the panel that handled the matter. Another panel now the matter did not ask, oh, today is what date? This is a judgment you gave on the 22nd, and you are coming to us on the 29th or on the 30th or whatever, after 8 days. So you did not comply with our own judgment, because he who comes to equity must do what? Must come with clean hands. You should first of all purge yourself for that content. The Court of Appeal still granted it and still that judgment and appeal against it.
But is it wrong in law? Is it wrong in law to, since he appealed to the Court of Appeal for stay execution, should he have gone to the panel that?
No, there was no appeal. There was no appeal. They have not filed notice of appeal that time. They kept him. Execution. They kept him until after 5 days. They now filed their notice of appeal, and they filed, for notice of appeal, you file it in that court and file that motion for stay. I don't know whether you know what I'm saying. Now I ask you, who kept Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in that 8 days?
Same government.
And you are expecting an investor to come and invest in such a government, in such a society that doesn't obey their own court. I don't know whether you are getting what I'm saying. Ordinarily, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wouldn't have subject himself to the authority of court again. This, I know why I'm using this one as an instance. I don't want to go into the ones Federal High Court, Court of Appeal has the judgment they have given in his favor, and they refused. I don't want to go the one that was given internationally, they refused. I'm talking about the one Court of Appeal, second to the highest court in the land. 3 panel, unanimous, no dissenting. I hear them say, ordinarily, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wouldn't have submit himself to the jurisdiction of any other court in Nigeria. Because one, he will tell you that whatever thing that comes out, they will not obey. Then why am I disturbing myself? Now, Supreme Court now condemn. You watch that judgment. Supreme Court condemn every aspect of the attitude of the federal government. Both the way they brought him back, both the way they use operation partners, both the way, a lot of things. And even said that he never jumped bail. That his bail ought not have been revoked. So, are you know what I'm saying? Now, when the matter gets to back Binta, because the essence, the intention of the Supreme Court was that this matter will continue from Binta court. If the matter continues from Binta court, there shall be no plea, no new plea, because he has already taken his plea. The only thing there is that he should continue from where he stopped. But Binta now recused herself and send the file to the CJ. The CJ now reassigned that file to a new judge.
Start afresh.
You see, that is where repealed law came into play. Because one, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has taken a fresh plea. The presumption is that particular day he took that plea, that was the day he brought in court. Then the question, what was the law? What was the law before the law in place? Is it 2013 Terrorism Prevention Act or 2022 Terrorism Prohibition and Prevention Act? Which one was in place in that day? I don't know whether you're getting what I'm saying. So ordinarily, the government prosecution would have amended the charge for it to reflect in the new law. Then they proceeded. That was where Nnamdi Kanu was telling you that I ought not have taken a plea in that old law. That's where the issue of repealed law came in.
Was it an omission on the part of the government team, or was it deliberate mischief?
They will be in position to ask. They should be in position to answer that question. I don't want to cast aspersions or say anything that people will say and cast aspersions on them. I don't know their reason. But I don't want to believe that they are not aware, because we are talking about 4 senior advocates and team of lawyers that prosecuted that matter. So I don't want to believe that they are not aware. There are reasons. But if you should ask me, they know the implication. They know the implication. If they brought new charge, amended that particular one and brought new charge, there will be a lot of what do you call it? Preliminary objection. Because that charge was drafted based on the old law. So they know the implication. So they decided, even that particular amendment court asked them to amend, they know the reason why they did not amend it. They decided to leave it like that. Because if they amend it, it have affected the charge itself. It has affected the charge itself. So these are the issues that the challenges we are having with respect to Nnamdi Kanu. So I can go on and on and on. If you with the combined effect of all these things, you will now discover that Nnamdi Kanu have suffered the biggest injustice in this world. And why was it like that? Because he's an Igbo man. I can say it any day, anytime. I can call me for debate with anybody. You can't do this thing to an Hausa man, of course, you know the implication. You can't do it to an Yoruba man, of course, you know the implication. So the Bohoti tomorrow is say agitating. Of course, you can't do it to the person of any middle belt. You can't even do it to the person of South. They have watched Igbos. We are toothless bulldog, empty vessel, making noise. Even this one that we are even doing. How many Igbos from the senior advocate, how many of them agreed to come out openly to defend, knowing that this young man is innocent, knowing that this young man never committed anything, knowing that this is an attack against the Igbos? They are doing this so that nobody from Igbo land will agitate Biafra again. Let's deal with him, use him as an example. That is what they are doing. And I can say it anytime, any day.
But there are those who have argued that the Igbos are their own problems, since that when Igbo had similar problem, the Yorubas, the elites, rallied around.
Do you know my problem with all those people? They are ascribing the Igbos as this expired criminals, characters who have as our leaders. That's the people that are seen an Igbo. When you come to a particular state, simply because the governor is misbehaving, the governor don't even know his left and right, then you now say that the governor is the Igbo. Is the governor the Igbo? How many governors can win election in their polling booth in a free and fair election in the whole of Southeast? Anybody who say that he can do that, let us go into debate. How many of them? So when you are talking about Igbos, we know the people that we are talking about. We are talking about men, people of integrity. People will tell you that this thing is wrong. You don't do it to my people. Against anything. Not all those people who are just looking for somebody to help them get a ticket of a political party. Not all those people who are running up and down looking for contract. Not all those people who are looking for somebody that can assist them. So my brother Victor, when you are talking about the Igbos, you people, I don't know, I think I will make our time to write a book on this thing, so that people will know who is the Igbos. Because now, the then Nnamdi Kanu was convicted. Victor, I know you as an investigative journalist with your team. You know what happened in Igbo land. Victor, you know what happened in Igbo land. No family in Igbo land. If you go to the entire Southeast, if you go to everywhere, it will be as if you are in the cemetery. Everybody. I was a person now that are receiving the corner. I know what I'm telling you. Victor, I traveled during this Christmas. My house is just more or less a pilgrimage. People were trooping from Anambra, from Delta, from far Obibo, coming to my house to ask me a way forward. One said, is it possible? Can I serve this term of jail for Nnamdi Kanu? I'm not kidding you. I don't know. Ask people. I couldn't 6:30 in the morning, 6 a.m. in the morning. People have already in my gate coming to do what? Nobody's asking me, Maxwell, how are you doing? How is your family doing? How is Master Nnamdi doing? Victor, the Igbos, I gave it to you. They love Master Nnamdi, and they appreciate you. I told him Master Nnamdi the last week when I was with him. I said, my brother, the elder sister was there. The elder sister brought food. We were eating together there in the prison. I said, guy, please, be strong. The Igbos love you. I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. They love you. Are you talking in the market? In Mbise Junction, I went to get something in the supermarket there. All the whole Okada. How far with Master Nnamdi? How is he doing? Any place, if I go to function, people will not allow me to rest. They are not coming to ask, just to ask me how Master Nnamdi is doing. This morning alone, if I tell, there is no day I don't answer. If I answer 1,000 calls, I'm telling you, 700 of them are people asking me about Master Nnamdi. Are you talking about age people? My father-in-law, who is over 80 years, a very senior lawyer, asking me about Master Nnamdi. I can go on and on. People love him. Forget about all those things that are seen in social media. Victor, the day Master Nnamdi will come out, I pray God will keep all of us alive. You witness what will happen. You witness what I'm telling you. There will be a celebration in the whole of Igbo land. I don't say Southeast. When I'm talking about Igbo land, you know what I mean. There will be a celebration unstoppable for complete 1 month. Take it to bank. I know what I'm saying. I'm not exaggerating. This is a guy that is putting his life online because of his people. Master Nnamdi is tested and trusted. He's very honest. He's committed in what he's doing. Even in the face of what he's passing through now. And I say, hey Max, there are some persons, those people that they brought, I left in DSS. What are people doing about it? So they disturb us. No, Max, most of them are victims of circumstances. This particular distance, I signed for it and I will go in for it. So those ones are not prepared. I prepared. I think I've told you this thing. Say, Max, if you come and hear that I'm dead, the only befitting burial you people will give me is to make sure that the interest of our people is being protected. Either they give us Biafra or they treat an Igbo man like a citizen of this country. I'm telling you, somebody, so you cannot we say, either my people are being protected, either we have Biafra, the flag of Biafra fly, or my gasket lowered in the grave. What are we talking about? And somebody will be there, say, I'm an Igbo. That's why I love Ezife. Ezife said, when they interviewed him, who is an Igbo, he said, if you should ask me, the only Igbo leader I have now is Master Nnamdi. Except we are not ready to tell ourselves the truth. I'm an Ezife. I'm from Ikulobe. I was former governor of Anambra State. Let me just come out, Ikulobe now. I know how many persons that will follow me. But let Master Nnamdi say that he's coming to Ikulobe by 8 o'clock. I'm assuring you, before 5 in the morning, everywhere will be flooded by human being. And when Nnamdi come, you will see sincere love. My brother, who is a leader. A leader is not by paper. On board is simply because you entered into an office through rigged election and you are bold looting the money made for the poor people, bringing costs for yourself in the name of being rich, converting the money meant for pensioners, and they are laying curses on you, converting the money meant for workers who cannot even have access to their money they work for. They are laying curses on you, and you say that you are Igbo. You are a leader. Leader to who? Leader to Maxwell Opara. Shame unto you. Shame unto all of you people. Stupid set of characters. And do you know who is an Igbo man? An Igbo man is a man with honor. An Igbo man is an intelligent man, highly enterprise. An Igbo man is somebody that knows his worth. An Igbo man is somebody that is not ready to lick your ass in the name of money. An Igbo man is somebody that even if he's riding Okada, he's proud of what he's doing. An Igbo man is somebody that will be selling pure water. He will be using that pure water to be training his children. An Igbo man is that person that is selling granite, and he will be bold to tell you that with this granite I have produced 2 graduates. That's an Igbo man for you. You can never see an Igbo man sleeping in the church, riding Okada sleeping in the church. You can never see an Igbo man riding Okada living in an uncompleted building. No. Remember when I mean an Igbo man? Remember during the Biafran War, some persons came to our place and have children for us. They are answering Emeka, they are answering Chibike, they are answering Yonyechi. But are they Igbos? They are not Igbo. Their DNA is sure that they are not Igbo. And that's the person that, see, Victor, somebody you call your son and he gets to the market and say, my father is a stupid man, and slap you. Check, go and run DNA test, it's not your blood. That person is not your son. It's not your daughter. A daughter and the son of a mad man will never allow the father or the mother to be in the market naked. You will make sure that you protected the parents. So somebody, your real brother will not, with the same blood, will not see you cry. In fact, when he even probably people are fighting and he see blood in your, I don't say, he will start crying. You will see him trying to assist. And you get what I'm saying? That's the person that is fighting you. That is your brother. Anybody, when you see you crying and is crying with outsiders with you, is not your brother. Anybody you see writing against Mazin and the Kanu, check the person. I say, you may answer any Igbo name. It's not an Igbo. We know them.
All right. So, in the light of the gravity of this matter now, do you think he will concede to engaging lawyers, or do you still think he might be going on to represent himself at the appellate court?
You know, Mazin is somebody that the only thing there, the one thing with him, so for you people who don't know, I've been working with him for many years now. If he believes in anything, he'll go in for it without anything coming out of it. But one thing there is that when you give him advice, he normally review it. And if he's convinced that what we are saying is right, he will go by it. Well, just like as I said, I've talked to him. You know, he has no access. There are some persons that want to talk to him. They cannot travel to Sokoto based on the farness where they are. And they don't have access to talk to him through phone. So they just write something to me and some will deliver message. I say, this person, they said that I should give you this message, that you should consider this. This person said that, he said, yes, Max, for the fact that you have said it, yes, and this person gave you this message. Some will say, Max, when you tell Nnamdi, mention this sentence before you start telling him. I will say, Max, I will mention the sentence. I will say, do you know who went this sentence? I say, na Reverend Father this, na Pastor this, na Professor this, na Engineer this. He said this. He said yes. That is my discussion with him. Anytime we are discussing. So what happened? I said, this is the message he said that I should give you. I know what I'm saying. So personally, he has not been happy. Of course, we're not expecting to be happy. And his unhappiness and annoyance is not perfect. It's the way he was being treated. Even a foreigner cannot be treated in this manner because he's an Igbo man. I think I told you that day. There are something that a Chinese will do here and get away with it. If an Igbo man do it in his country, we'll go in for it. Do you know what I'm saying? I told you the other day that flag that was carried, that Russian flag and the Chinese flag that was carried in Kanu and in the north during that bad governance protest, had it been that flag, that Chinese and Russian flag, that it was carried in Umuahia, in Enugu, in Onitsha, in Owerri, in any part, in Abakaliki, by now, the whole of Southeast would have been turned into ashes. That is the level of hatred. So you have seen how they are making out time discussing about how to appeal the real bandits. What do they want? Do they need allocation? Can we give them more local government? Do they want peace? Do they need this thing? Has anybody discussed about Nnamdi Kanu? Has anybody even tried to hear his own side of the story? The so-called, the people that you call the Igbos, those characters that call themselves politicians, and then if he come out now, he'll be more popular than us.
All right, we can't finish this talk without, of course, asking you one or two things about the state of the nation, the state of politics, political parties, 2007 election dynamics. Looking at all that is happening, do you see any silver lining in the sky for the country?
Well, personally, on my own, I don't believe that we will get it right on our own. Because after 2023 election, that's when I discovered that this country, we are already in trouble. Victor, you are here in this country. You see what Nigeria did in 2023. You see the effort. You see everything. And you see how that shameless man without conscience wasn't a Professor Mahmoud Abi, what do you call him? How he thwarted the efforts of Nigeria by saying that there was a glitch. He voted for House of Rep, voted for Senate, voted for President. The same time, the same period, you announce that of House of Rep and this, and written the President said there is a technical glitch. Is that man supposed to be alive? Can he do it in China? He did it and was compensated with ambassadorial this. So after that, and nothing happened. So that's why I told them that let us do it in this way. That hundreds of billions of naira that have been budgeted, trillions of naira that have been budgeted for INEC, let them use it and they go to IDP camp, motherless babies home, prison, share it to them and allow the president to continue. So that every 4 years they will check among themselves whom they want to give and give. So that Victor, you rest, so that I will rest. So that will not be unnecessary tension. Victor, just imagine those people that died as a result of 2020 election. Wherever they end, they will be blaming themselves. After that result, my wife wanted to destroy her BVC. I collected it and hid it. Because that day, she really suffered. She has never voted before. I know what she passed through. It was saying me, P2B. She will come back from work. She will be campaigning. She will be doing everything. That early morning, 5 o'clock, this woman has already drove out of the gate. I said, where are you going? He said that she wants to go where they organize a plastic seat and a canopy where people will sit. Their fellow women, all those, they are listening. At the end of the day, they did everything. And somebody, one person, without considering other millions of Nigerians, only you, and destroy the fate of everyone. So that time we have not, Nigeria had, see, let me tell you, injustice. That's what one of the things Nnamdi Kanu told me. Nnamdi Kanu said that, do I know why America is continuing moving ahead? That the technology in China, in in Russia, mentioning something is more than the one in America. But why America is progressing is that America believes in justice. America believes in justice. I'm not going to say that I should check any country in the world where there is injustice. There will not be any development in that place. He said, go and do it as assignment. That is so far that this injustice in Nigeria, if you like, get anybody that you are elected as a president, for you to survive, for development to come, one thing first, you make sure that there's equitable distribution. You don't cheat other people. Let there be everything be unjust and fair hearing. Development will come naturally. And I notice. So the issue of Nigerian politics, I don't know. Now that America has come, bombed some places in Sokoto and declare Nigeria as a country of a particular concern. And the National Security Advisor and some other persons have been going to America begging them, say, let us cooperate. Maybe America, that's the only thing that will make people to come out to vote. Maybe America will now say, another condition is that while you are doing this thing, the 2027 must be free and fair. If America can do it for us, we are there. Are you know what I'm saying? We are there. So that if you are there as a councillor, if you are there as a local government chairman, if you are there as a State House of Assembly, House of Reps, Senate, Governor, President, you know that if I did not behave well, the people will vote me out, and people's vote will count. You see what is happening in electoral art. Electoral art since 2023, the Court of Appeal gave the judgment. There are some pre-election matters in the High Court and Federal High Court. Supreme Court gave judgment. Instead of you to acquire all those issues raised by the courts and amend our electoral act, especially transmitting our result at the right time from the polling booth, and that IRF, it must be what do you call it? Any result that is not uploaded in the IRF will not be counted. You are there, sharing the money, sharing the constituency allowance. So I learned that Obi and Atiku Abubakar and Rotimi Amechi, if they can come together, and they said, among all of us, who is the most popular? I don't know what they are arguing. In that particular, those that distant, Victor, you know who is the most competent. My brother, cameraman, you know, everybody knows who is the most competent. The most competent person there in every ramification is P2B. Is P2B.
Are you saying that because I'm Igbo man?
No, I'm not that kind of person, for goodness sake. In my chamber here, ask them. My own younger brother in my law office here doesn't occupy any post in my chamber. Jerry is a Yoruba man. If you're competent, you are competent, and that's why I'm progressing. In my entertainment industry there in Imo State, my own people, I gave them first right of offer, and they're messing up. I sack all of them and go outside and employ people there. And since that time, my company is moving. In what the school will have here, go and see what my office is doing there. If you enter for this thing, if you're qualified, you're qualified. If you're not qualified, you're not qualified. Okay, you say I'm an Igbo man. Oh yeah, I'm from Imo, am I right?
Yeah.
P2B is from Anambra, am I right?
Yeah.
Or I call one politician from Imo. Let me support him. Let's start from there.
I'm not from Imo, so I wouldn't know.
You are from where? You are from where?
From Abia.
You are from where? I call someone like Ojis Okale. Call someone like Ojis Okale.
Why don't you ask me to call Oti? Why you ask me to call Ojis Okale?
Okay, good. If LS Oti now, as I speak now, come out to contest governor of Imo State with my own person from my kindred, I'll vote Oti. If Oti left Abia now, said he's coming to contest for governor of Imo State with any Imo person from my own village, from my own family, if Oti is going to have one vote, it will be my own. What are we talking about? Have you gone to Dubai? Who cares who cares who is the president of Dubai? You have been traveling? Well, all of us we have been traveling. Have you all these countries? Who cares to know? In fact, they will even call you a very stupid person if you're into politics. The guys that are making money, eating their money as they like, are sports players, footballers, farmers, surgeons, politicians. You can't a footballer can just wake up now and go and buy whatever car he want to buy. But a politician buy ordinary bicycle of 500 pounds. Do you get what I'm saying? Because this is where, but here, who are the richest people here?
Politicians.
Somebody who has never done anything, simply because you did talks and enter into power. You are moving with what kind of country is this, for goodness sake? And that's why they don't want someone like P2B to come in. And they're telling me, is it for Bulgars and Igbo? P2B is the most qualified. He has done it before. Because we don't need much in this country. What we need is to block leakages. To block leakages, remove all this ostentatious life. Save our money. You enjoy, I will enjoy. You have been in this thing. So for 2 days now, no light. This you are seeing is solar. Is that life? But when we get a leader, you will enjoy. I thought it would. In fact, Nigerians don't even need much. You can't travel from here to east. You have to pay for a ticket, 250,000 naira, 200,000 naira, something that you can spend 30,000 naira in the next 6 hours. You are already in your distance, in your place. You can't travel again. Is that life? Are you talking about bad road insecurity? And you're telling me it's from my place, it's from my place. What do you mean by from my place? Okay, those people that are governors, are they not, that have all these criminals as governors, are they not suffering it? Somebody who is from Imo now will prefer to be in Aba because of the life, business is back to Aba. Somebody from Ot is from, where is that his place?
Isialamba.
Ot
Arochukwu Isialamba.
Ot is from Arochukwu. Whereas, where is the other character that just left? That disaster. Okezie. Okezie is from Aba. Owashi. It's not true. It's not lying. I'm not telling lies. Okezie Nwaba. Where they say the Nwaba ga Aba. But he entered there for 8 years and just wasted that 8 years for Aba people. Now somebody from all the people came to build Aba. I think I gave you this story. My client at where they call that place in Ariara, Kent. He has duplex there, 2-story building. He went to collect loan. The bank were on his neck. The bank wanted to get him arrested. We said, please, we're gonna put that 2-story building for sale. This thing were happening, I think, in 2021. He put to that particular distance, no road to that place. If it's ready, they don't come down. Because the people living downstairs, they have all packed out. He's now living upstairs with the family. He will just come. He put that house. Somebody now priced the house 15 million naira. 2-story building, 15 million naira. He said, okay, bring money. The person ran away. Say, Master. Oti came. Built that place. As I'm talking to you now, somebody has priced that place 210 million naira. He refused. I went there before Christmas when I went to buy souvenir that I will share people for my ceremony. That's what he normally deal on. So he said, nah, Oti has really done it for me, Maxwell. I'm talking about, and that kind of person, that's the person said that you're going to contest election with. If you are doing what people will know, you don't need to say, we are coming to take over power from Niger State. How are you going to do it? Are you talking to an idiot? Go to Aba, go and rig election now. So that those guys you want to take them back to Egypt.
Oh yeah, let's wrap up. As we approach 2027, what's the future of Nigeria? How do you see the future of Nigeria?
The future of Nigeria is not bright. Except, I say, go back to what I'm saying, except our political class decided to do the needful, especially opposition. The opposition, all of them, they know who is the most qualified. They know whom they will give ticket. Before 11 o'clock on that day, everybody will don't conclude the election. They know whom they will give ticket, like this ADC. If ADC gave Obi ticket, their work is done 80%. Because now they have people in ADC. I heard them say if they give Obi ticket and agree to work with him, Elofai is there, Amechi is there, Atiku is there, Arabeshola is there, David Mark is there. All these men, I heard them saying, with the support of the masses, it is a done deal. But if you give it another person, Nigerians will not even come out to vote. You know, I don't know whether you have come down to study me. I don't know. Most of the times, I have said when you are talking, you have to be diplomatic. I don't know what you mean by diplomatic. I just want to give it to you as it is. You know that what I'm saying is true. If OT come out to contest election, anything in Nigeria now, except to those people that want to stooges to be there so that they will be destroying us. Anybody, any progressive mind that want this country to move, I want to see a better society, I want to live in a better society. I don't need much in life. I want to live my life, the little time God gave me, and enjoy it. I don't want to be thinking about how to pay these children's school fees. What will happen to my street? What happened? Where will I eat? Where is my next food is coming? I want a situation whereby when I work, they will pay me. I use my money. My money will have value. I use it to do other things. I would like a situation whereby when I do work, they give me money. I know that this money is for me and my family. Not for... Victor, you need to see what happened to me in Christmas. If you come to my place in Christmas, you know, they see me in television every time. They see me, I'm a lawyer. And to worsen it, I have a little something that I built in my village. So everybody feel that I'm ATM machine. And if they ask me, if I say that I don't have, they will say that I'm a wicked person. My wife was telling one, this man you see here, most of the times he won't have up to 100,000 into his account too. Thank God that I have someone like her. Because if na service, give it to her. Most of the times I will ask, please, say no, I have something. Because one, I can't afford to see. I think I gave you this story. Somebody that secured admission at Imo State University. The mother is selling granite. The father is doing a megad. The girl got, is it 298 or 300 something? Jam, merit, medicine, no money. And this thing, they are about to close admission 2 days before that day. They showed me this. I said, God forbid for me to be here. I close my account. Go now, go and do the pay acceptance fee. Start registration at least to secure it. The guy is about to enter second year now. Are you know what I'm saying? So if I didn't that will have provision for that lady where she can go scholarship or whatever thing, that money would have been in my pocket now. So what is my own? Throughout last year, I spent over 7 million naira paying school fees. That's 7 million naira. Had it been that I have a functional system, that 7 million naira would have been in my pocket. So when you say that you're a big man and the people around you are poor, you're not a big man. So if we have a functional system and I have 1 million naira and that 1 million will be in my pocket for me to enjoy, what are we talking about? And I have 20 million naira and that 20 million naira will not be enough to assist those around me. Then what kind of life is that? So if I'm begging the opposition, please, you people should come together and get one person. Otherwise, Nigerians will not come out to vote. If you don't get any credible person, that will make Nigeria, my elder sister, because of P2B, left to my house to Saburi by 5 a.m. in the morning. Some persons who were living at Pape, who moved to Masaka and Maraba, they came to that primary school to sleep because they know that the motor will not run. They came on that Friday night to sleep with their distance because of P2B. I don't know what I'm saying. P2B know they give shishi. People spend their money. I spend my money. It's because of what? I'm not saying that it's a sin too. I'm not saying that the sin. You know, we are two evils to choose the lesser one. Among all, at least this is the only person that understands our problem. So that is you are asking me the future of Nigeria. Then our youth who should look inwards. I don't know who is advising you. You are trying to go to abroad. If you go to that place, see what these guys are passing through. I think I told them I went to visit one of my village boy. They're in a village guy in a bomb, Germany. I stayed with this guy in his house for 2 days. I cried for this guy. This guy will leave 4 a.m. in the morning to train station.
Under freezing weather.
My God. Very early in the morning. We'll finish this one, we'll do this one, we'll finish this one, we'll do this one. You come back around 10, 11. We'll be talking, he's already slept off with shoe. And he puts his phone for him to meet up. And the pressure is too much. Everybody calling. You need to see these guys. So when you say that you are going to abroad, it's not as if that the only thing there that when they work, they pay them. And if they pay them that $2,000, $3,000, when they come down to Nigeria here, it's money. So this is not as if I hear them saying, so, but when we have it here, correct, Victor, if my local government is functioning, things are moving, workers are working, local government chairman is doing the work with the allocation given to him, everything is moving. What am I doing? What am I doing in Abuja? What am I doing in Abuja?
You go back home.
I built mansion there. That is the place I come from. I should be doing my practice from there. If I have a matter here, I come down to Abuja, do a matter and go back. Why should I be here? The crowd we are having in Abuja is a pressure from a non-functional system in our various states. That's why everybody is trooping at the center. And I think I told you that we commended President Ahmed Bola Tinubu so that we have a functional local government system as it used to be that time, so that those workers will be patronizing the markets around there. They will build all those places. Well, land will appreciate. People will have reason to do some other things. But everybody's coming here because nothing is happening. There is not even road, grass everywhere in the local government. So the future of Nigeria is in our hand. Let us interview people. Let us convince people, especially opposition. Those who are in political party, let us join political party. Nobody should tell you not to join political party. Let us talk to people. Give this person this ticket. Let us get it right. We can't continue to cry every time. Do you know that when they are talking about Buhari that time, this death Buhari died, had it been that Buhari died it earlier, probably in that first year in his office, some people would have been alive today. This death, he died after causing trouble in Nigeria. Had it been that he died it first year in office, some people would have been alive today. Are you getting what I'm saying? Where somebody, you know that this person is a criminal, this person is a terrorist, you say, forgive him. Treat him as your own fellow human being. Reintegrate them into the system. Together with this Malami, thank God that the DSS are investigating him now. That's what they cost to us. So, this thing now, you don't know who it will be who. Bad government is bad government. Don't say that you are SA, you are this. You come to television, you'll be talking rubbish. You come to television, you'll be talking rubbish. At the end of the day, your brother is a victim. Your mother is a victim. Your relation, everybody. This is our country. We don't have any other country. So let's get it right.